All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 29 of our Tassi Farms Dairy Empire gameplay series. I'm the Ultra Farmer, and in this video, we've got a pile of work to do as always. The farm is kind of getting to a point where everything is absolutely maxed out. The barn is full of cattle. We are getting way too much slurry. We have to put down another production facility to handle all that slurry. Milk production is at an all-time high, which means our food production needs to be at an all-time high. We got to get through these winter months, get some more hay cut for these cattle, and try and get this milk into some production facilities. So let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 29 and let's get into chores. Okay, so the first thing I'm kind of doing here is getting the slurry and stuff pulled around. So we've got each month now, the slurry that we're getting made is like 400,000 liters. It's over at like 430 today, or this month. So slurry is just getting maxed out, and what's happening is our barn here, our production facility, it can only handle 360,000 liters of slurry basically per month. So we're gonna have to do something and get a new production facility just to handle all the slurry that's coming through. Now, what I'm going to do, this basically is completely washed out. There's a 2,000 liters of bottled milk in here, which is fine. I'm just going to get rid of this creamery production facility because it's doing nothing, and I want to put down another. We're going to have to put down some sort of another biogas plant here. So first thing that I want to do is sell this and get rid of it. I have all of our cream cheese. Let's just jump out real quick here. I have all of our cream cheese in this truck ready to go, and we'll take this in March and sell this off. So I'm just going to leave this sitting here for right now. We might have to move it if we put down this new production facility. No, it should be out of the way. So I want to go in here and I want to put down another one of these biogas plants or production facilities. It should be right. I don't really know what this one, like one says cow and one just says, I don't know. We'll just stick to what we know. We'll stick to what we know. And I think I'm just going to put it... I'll put it like this so that we can drive in between them if we need. Although we probably won't really need to. But I think we're going to have to do that. Now, we got to name these. We have to go in and rename these just to make it a little bit easier so that I don't... Not that I really will, but we'll just name this one number 1. Boom. Back. We'll rename this one number 2. Number 2. Change. Okay, so when we go into here, I want to go look at number 1. And we got to find not potatoes, not silage, slurry. We got to activate this. We got to change the output mode to... I think I just put everything to selling. And then I come down here, change this to selling. We'll activate that, change this to selling. Oh, it just automatically does. Okay, so we just activate these. But I need to turn this all the way up to 300%. And we have no slurry in this one, but we have slurry in this one. Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 production facilities down now. Yeah, we're getting mass amounts of slurry, which is just crazy. Mass amounts of slurry, and I had to buy a whole bunch of bales of straw and put them into the barn. We're running out of... We're going to have to continue to do that. Like, we still get another 200... Yeah, so 432,000 liters. Let's see what we're at for milk. Almost 200,000 liters of milk. So the milk, basically what my strategy with these is, I put a full trailer full into unit number 1. So then I'm going to dump a full trailer full into unit number 2, then into unit number 3. And if I do that each month, hopefully by the time the 3rd month is done, and technically we'll be back into the 4th month, this one should have worked through all of its milk, and then we can dump more into that one. That is my plan. I just want to make sure we're on 300% cheese. Yes, we are. Okay. So that's kind of my plan with cheese, is just to go one at a time, basically. I've got the last little bit of silage out of here, and I'm going to dump it into the barn mixer. We're ahead on food, but I don't know if we will make it through the winter till our first cut. We may have to buy some hay. I just don't know yet, because each month each month they go through different amounts of food as the different like ages of the animal. They just kind of mature to different levels. So yeah, it's kind of hard to calculate. It says 272,000 liters of food, but I don't know. Probably what'll happen, I'm just thinking out loud right now, probably what will happen is their health will drop down to like 0% because I bet you they'll eat through almost all of that food. Maybe not though. No, maybe not. They should be fine. That'll be enough food for them. And then once the robot goes out, it'll be able to kind of stay ahead of everything. So yeah, we got 800,000 liters of hay in there, and then I'm dumping in the last of the silage. So, but we got to get, we still got to get through January, we got to get through February and into March. Will we get our first cut in March? Probably not. We'll probably get our first cut in like April or something like that. All right, let's go pull the milk around. So this milk is going to go into production facility number 2. 200,000 liters of milk per month is crazy. I remember when we were doing 20,000 liters and I thought it was lots. Ugh. But we also had like 200 cows back then, and now we have 2,300, so it's all relative. All right, let's dump this in. And so basically this is what I'm going to be doing for the next few months. I just kind of wanted to bring you in to show you just like, one, that we needed to put down a new production facility and that I was going to get rid of the creamery factory. We tried. We've got our pallet of sour cream. I'll probably bring you back in March when we're going to be selling off that sour cream, and I'll kind of be just working through chores like this, and I'll give you an update on just how like everything's kind of happened throughout the spring and such. I'm just going to look in the store. That's a good deal on that tractor, but we don't need any of that stuff. Okay, yeah, I'll kind of bring you back as the months progress, and we'll keep doing chores, and we'll keep selling and filling barns. Okay, I'm just back here. It is March, so it means we got to go sell off our sour cream, but I'm just doing our kind of our normal chores here. Like these chores are, they take a bit each month that comes through. It's kind of the same thing. There was 475,000 liters of slurry. I got that one tank filling up. And we actually got so much milk now that we need to do 4. I had to put down another production facility. I had to put down the 4th. Oh, actually, I got to go down. So basically what I have to do is we get 199,000, basically 200,000 liters per month that pops out of the barn. So what I have to do, which I think is the max capacity, so I literally have to like stagger these. So in production facility number 2, there's 50,000 liters left in there, and number 3 there's like 100, and in number 4 there's like 150. So now in number 1 there's finally 0. So by the time I get into next month, there'll be 0 left in this one, and then there'll be 50,000 left in this one and 100,000 left in this one, and I have to like rotate it. So just by the time I get done filling the 4th one, and then I get into the next month, then the first one is finally empty. So that's just the order at which we got to kind of do things. I'm still getting mineral feed and stuff pulled around. We're out of hay and silage, basically. There's like a little bit in these silos. Yeah, it's like 1,000 liters. I think there's 11,000 liters. Not like a crazy amount. Um, and the slurry. Yeah, the slurry, we're getting, like I said, 475,000 liters. And I had to do the same thing with that. Put down another production facility for this. Like, it's just madness. Just going back and forth, trying to keep everything under control. So, yeah, I just do the same thing, going back and forth, filling both these production facilities. Each of these are holding 360, so yeah, it's all we can really do. All we can really do. Now, what I want to do while I'm over here is we got to jump out, and I want to run over to this truck. Let's fire this truck up, and let's close the curtain. I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna take it off to sell. I just want to kind of get it started on the road. I want to set an AI worker to drive down to the store if I can. But sometimes they say like the target is unreachable. You know how they like to do that to us? Sometimes. They're gonna go? We'll see. We'll get like a little notice in the top corner. I'm gonna spin around and dump this mineral feed in. Oh? Getting no notice, so maybe everything's all good. Maybe. Now we just got to get to next month, and then we're gonna go. Actually, let's just jump out here and see what we got in here for food. Okay, yeah, there's still 300,000 liters of food in there. We are officially out of silage. So basically, we're gonna just make it, I think, because I think they'll eat about that 300,000 liters. Well, we'll check 327,000. We'll check and see exactly how much they eat, which we're gonna just get into next month. We might have to buy some silage. Might have to buy some silage bales. That's not really the end of the world. Whatever. We're dangerously close. They got meadow and stuff kind of in the spring here, so we'll get our cut off all the fields next month in April. We'll start cutting everything, and I'll show you the new forage harvester and kind of how that bad boy works. I mean, for what it's worth, I'm gonna just throw this silage. Let's jump out of here. Let's go just check and see how. Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna have to run down to that. Can I do it like this? Enter vehicle. Absolutely. Okay. Let's take over here. Let's pull in and let's sell off this sour cream. The sour cream. The sour cream wasn't really that good. Well, no, the sour cream would have been good if the factory could have held more. And yeah, if the factory could have held more. Let's open this curtain to make sure everything's going. We'll take all our straps off. Oh, perfect. I didn't even have to hit the unload. I guess it's on an auto-load trailer, so I wouldn't have had to do that. Okay. How much did it give us? Oh, it's not even really going to tell. I wish it would have just told us all at once. Like, I can check sold products, but it's not going to be super accurate because it'll have a little bit of the... Yeah, that's probably what it was. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't really matter with the sour cream, to be honest. We just wanted to get that sold off, and the rest of them will be easy. We can just set everything to selling from the production facilities, which is nice. Yeah, sour cream would have been better if the production facility held more. Like, if you could hold... Ours were just lucky because they'll hold like 2 million liters worth of cheese or whatever it is, crazy amounts of cheese. We're gonna have like, since I got 4 production facilities and that barn is maxed out, we're gonna have a heck of a cheese sale in October. Like, it'll be, I haven't looked. I'm not going in, like, you know how we can go into our time-saving stock check? I haven't went and looked at, or like, I've probably clicked through there, but I haven't, like, intentionally went and looked to see what we'll get from the cheese. I think we'll just leave it for the final surprise, as long as I don't accidentally click on there and start looking at something, which probably would happen. But I'm gonna leave this truck just parked here for right now. We're gonna eventually have to rent another trailer and take in all the grain, but we can kind of do that at a later time. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going around doing our chores with the slurry because that'll take a second. I just got to do a couple more trips, and then I'll bring you guys back next month, and we'll start cutting the grass. All right, it is April, and that means it is time to go cut the grass. Now, I want to kind of do a couple things here. I think I'm going to put down another production facility for the silage and the grass and stuff, so I can put grass into one barn and make hay and grass into the other and make silage, I think, rather than kind of going back and forth on them because we're going to kind of be getting so much. I don't know exactly, but so this is what I got set up. Now, this is the most unrealistic thing that we've definitely done throughout this series, but I don't care because we cut grass the long way many, many times. And this is what I got going on now. So this header will cut this 50 meters wide and it'll fill the forage wagon. And we are able to cut this grass extremely fast. Again, I know this is like super cheaty, but I figured since the series was kind of coming to a close, and God, I was just so sick of doing it the other way. I figured just to make things a little bit easier, a little bit quicker through these last few episodes, this is what I got set up for us. And this like works insanely good. I almost wish I was doing this the whole time. I'm not even joking. Good God, look how fast we can cut this. Now, although this is super unrealistic, there are some maps. Like, I don't know if anyone's played on that map. Flat Acres, or has anyone even heard of that map? If you haven't, well, if you haven't, I did a map tour of it. But me and a friend of mine, we went and played on that map, just kind of messing around, and we found the biggest field that they had. And we were harvesting. We did two. We did a bunch of cotton and stuff, and then I think we did. I can't remember if it was just wheat or whatever. We harvested it like this, and it still took forever. And that was both me and him. Like we were messing around. We had combines that would go at like 50 miles an hour or something like that, with headers that would cut down this much. Like it was wheat, but it was it would cut down this much at one time, and it took forever for us to get that field done. Like I was kind of wondering on Flat Acres, like if we were to take the smallest plow in the game, whatever that one that's like 1 meters wide or something like that. And if we were to take that and run it on that field, like I wonder how legitimately long it would take to plow that field. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it took like a week of like game time. Like if I just let my computer run for about a week straight, if that would do it. Now, one thing with this setup is I don't know if it's just this map and where it's like I know it seems like extremely flat, but if it's almost like it's sneaky uphill, I don't know. This forage harvester is the biggest forage harvester we could get in terms of horsepower. I think there's probably a modded one of the lizard modded ones. That it probably is a little bit more intense. Maybe it's like 1,500 horsepower or something crazy like that. But this was the biggest horsepower we could get, and it still kind of does it pretty slow. It's like as the forage wagon gets full, or again, I don't know if maybe this is just kind of like a weird spot on this map where it was slow over here for me last time when I had just like a simpler forage wagon, because I bought just the small. They're all like 300-400 grand, and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just get the cheap one and we'll see how it works. And then it was going super slow, so I went and bought this one that has more horsepower, and it still goes ridiculously slow as it like fills up a bit. I'm not too sure, not too sure. But it's still a million times faster than the other way that we were doing it. Honestly, if I was to do grass again, I would probably just use this forage wagon and a forage harvester rather than a mower if I could afford, like depending on the gameplay series and if we were like, starting from complete scratch, or if we had some money that we could spend, might be a little bit different. But because I think I would be able to. I haven't tried with this one. I've just been doing it ourselves, but you could probably just set an AI worker to go through and cut all these fields, and it would be way quicker, way faster than the other way that I was doing. Again, I know it's super unrealistic and it's a bit cheaty, but just to save a little bit of time. Um, yeah, this is what we're doing for this. This is these last few cuts. God, I wish I was doing this the whole time. I'm not even gonna lie. This would have been the first thing I spent money on. Uh, this would have been the first thing for sure. No more like going through collecting a million bales, or like cutting everything, then windrowing it, then picking it all up. Oh no, no. This would have been the move for sure. But what I want to do, what I really want to do, is I want to get another production facility set up, like I said, where I can dump some of this grass in one, and one can be kind of just dedicated to silage, and the other one would be dedicated to hay. I think would be best, because then I could kind of keep it separate, and yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna keep going along here. I'm gonna get all this grass cut, which it's not gonna take very long, even though this is going kind of slow right now. It'll still be very, very quick. So I'll get all this grass cut, and then before I kind of sleep through into the next few months, we'll set down another production facility, and we'll kind of plan out how I'm gonna do that. I might dump some grass into the one, set down another production facility, and then we'll dump some. We'll get it all set up so that one is set for hay and one is set for silage. Okay, I'm just pulling off our last field. This thing picks up so much stuff like so fast so that it takes a second. It's almost like when you dump a whole bunch of, or you jam a whole bunch of wood into a wood chipper, and it like takes a second for it all to like kind of push out. Now it's saying this trailer is full. Oh, it's trying to go into that trailer. I don't know, might as well try and fill it up. What's it gonna harm? That'll only hold like 20,000 liters, so it'll only take a second. I don't think it'll try and go into anything else other than She's what a shot. What a shot, Crone Mower. Not too bad. So I think I'll fill that with 20,000 liters. And that's all it can do. So I set down another silo. Jeez. Can I bring the... Let's just do that for right now. I set down another silo, and I'm gonna dump a bunch of this into it, but I don't know exactly how much I should do, if that makes sense. We'll just see. I'll dump like half this trailer full in. Actually, maybe I'll dump... It doesn't really matter because we can keep pulling it out. Like, I could just go to the nozzle and drag out whatever I need. I'll just do half and half, I think. I'll put like 500,000 liters in this one. I'll put 500,000 liters in the other one. I don't know. Um, I don't know if we should... I'll just go in and let's just see if I can set this. So we got this fermenting silo. I'll set this one's going to be our main silage one. Yeah, we'll be turning this into silage. So let's activate that. I'll turn the productivity up to 150. Let's go back. Yeah, we still got another couple 100,000 liters. So let's go into Susie B's here. We'll deactivate this one and we'll just activate this for, this will be our hay one. Susie B's will be for the hay, and this other fermenting one will be for the silage. Now we're gonna need more. We're gonna need more hay than silage. So I'll put 500,000 liters into this one, and then there's still gonna be some left in the other. Yeah, like in the forage harvester that'll dump out, plus whatever's in that trailer. I'll dump all that in here for hay, and we'll just go from there with that. I don't know if that'll be the right kind of recipe, but that's what we'll go with for now. And yeah, so maybe what I'll do, like, that's close enough. And I'm gonna open out the pipe to see exactly what's going on there. Let's jump around to this trailer, and we'll go dump this into the hay side of things. And we'll just see how much extra gets put in there from the forage harvester. And I got our New Holland tractors just out doing the fertilization on these fields. I'm also going to spin around and do the slurry chores, all that jazz. It's just going to be, it's the same stuff over and over again. It's crazy how much money we make from this slurry though. Like, we just make a couple 100,000 a month from slurry and all that stuff. Okay, here's our milk that we got to go. Now this is going to go into the second production facility. The second one. For some reason they didn't produce as much milk last. I think what happened is they technically ran out of food, and that they were only able to eat hay. Like, the TMR really matters for dairy production. Like, if we feed them the mixed TMR, they definitely produce the most amount of milk. And what I think happened is that they were just ran out, and they were eating like meadow rather than the TMR, and so they produced less milk. Like, in like 80,000 liters less, so a substantial amount, which is kind of crazy to think. So if you're doing your own dairy farm, I would highly suggest, if possible, and you want to get the most milk out of the cattle, I would suggest to, actually, let's just jump back to this. We're going to fill this while we're doing chores, but feed them TMR. Feed them TMR. I don't have the exact data, like if you do this many liters of TMR and it'll produce this many milk with this many cattle. I don't have all that data, but you can definitely tell they need more. So let's jump over to, I don't have this one, and I still have this forage harvester parked. Okay, so what's left in here? Not too much. I'll spin around. I'll try to spin around. Try not to dump that trailer. Cattle are probably laughing at me. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Oh yeah. Tight quarters here in the silos. Tight quarters indeed. Okay, let's dump that in there. We'll dump that in there, and then I'm gonna just keep doing my chores, all my normal stuff. We'll get that grass and stuff put in there, and then yeah, I'll just kind of bring you back throughout the rest of the summer, as you know, these fields are gonna get they're gonna get fertilized and all that stuff. And I'll keep bringing you back throughout the summer, and the main thing will be getting into the fall, and we will be doing our final cheese sale, which probably won't be able to happen this episode. I probably won't be able to get to that because we still got to do another cut on these fields in the fall, and our normal chores and stuff take a bit of time each month. So we'll see. I don't know exactly where we'll get this episode. I don't think we'll get to selling that cheese, but we'll see. So it is just July here, and I'm heading down to the store with the big rig truck. We need to get some more. I had to buy some silage bales. I think I mixed too much, or I put too much of the grass into the hay drying silo, and I didn't do enough into the silage silo. So like we dumped a whole bunch of hay into the barn slash like more the food mixing side of everything, and so like that's good to go. There's straw in there, which I had to buy some straw bales. That's not that big a deal. I kind of knew that was going to happen anyways, but we've run out of silage now, so I gotta go buy a bunch of silage. We have a bunch of grass that we can cut, but I want to get a bunch of silage bales bought and put in there so that the animal's health doesn't drop down while through the month while that grass that we cut is turning into silage, if that makes sense, because I want them to keep producing the max amount of milk that they can, and they literally produced 500,000 liters of silage. Look at this, I got all these bales set out for us. Well, I think this trailer will hold 45. Shoot, it might even hold more than that. Let's just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Will it hold 12 more? Let's buy 5. Let's buy 5 more. Well, let's just get another 8 stack. Spin around here. Give her the old spinorama. That's a lot of bales this thing will hold, which is awesome. Oh no. Ha 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 ha. Smashing into bales.com. Okay, it'll hold 50. Oh, it'll hold 52? Crazy. Okay, let's get 4 more. And there we go. Loaded up and trucking. That is a lot of bales. Good lord. Let's put some straps on this thing. Yeah. Get some straps on everything before before we lose this load of silage bales. Now I gotta go slow. I don't know, can I roll a trailer full of silage? Probably. Yeah, we better go. We'll just make sure we're going slow when we approach the farm. I've never rolled a trailer full of bales, which doesn't mean I can't. This truck just goes so fast. Just cruising down the road here. Oh, we're gonna run into the ditch. But so yeah, we had to buy these silage bales, but really it doesn't matter because we just got so much cash that we could just it's fine. I might even go get another load of straw bales as well, and I might go get a load of straw bales and a load of hay bales, and then cut our grass and just have even more because yeah, it's so much food. Like I think even if we maxed out the like hay drying and the silage making for the silos and stuff like that, like it would be hard to get us through a winter because like they're eating so much food. It kind of changes too each month because I think there's still some that are getting to the max maturity level, but we're gonna go check the barn real quick here. I'm not just gonna unload this just yet. I'm gonna shut this, or I'm gonna start it up here. There we go. I had to make it so it's unloadable, if that makes sense. Let's go take a look at the barn. Well, you can see right now. So yeah, we got some food in there. Still got 600,000 liters of hay. We have no silage. We got 183,000 liters of straw, and then just about 65,000 liters of mineral feed. So their health is all good. They're supposed to have offspring, but they'll just automatically sell those off. These are gonna be like way past their, yeah, like we should have sold these a long time ago. They're not reproducing anymore, which is fine. I wonder what if their milk production, it says their productivity is still at 100%. Is that just the whole barn? Probably is. Is there really young ones? No, there won't be really young ones because all the offspring just gets sold off. Okay. No worries at all. It doesn't really matter too much as long as they're producing milk, which they do. They almost produce a full. I think that's all this thing will hold for milk is like 200,000 liters. Nope, I was wrong. 500,000. Okay. So that's it. The most that they were ever producing was like 198,000 liters. Even if they're dropping it down a little bit, it doesn't really matter that much. Take a look at this though. Slurry, 498,000 liters. Like, sheesh. Imagine we had to do it all with that. Like that one, the green slurry tanker that we got with like the semi truck. That thing would hold 60,000 liters. So 60,000 liters, if you did that 5 times, is 300,000. So like, right? Did I do that math? 60 times 5? Yeah, 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 yeah. The 5 loads would be 300,000. So you'd still have to do like 8 loads of that, which is crazy, just to get it all done. Even filling these tanks, it takes freaking forever. Is this guy full? Okay, so which one are we putting? We need to go into our production facilities. One is almost empty. Two's got 57,000. Three, four. Okay. We'll go put it in number one. Yeah, we'll go put it in number one. We could do some mineral feed when we need. How full is this? I want to run over and we got to get this tractor all set up, unparked and ready to go to start unloading some bales. Let's fire him up. Let him run for a second. Okay, this is full. Let's go pull this milk around. We'll kind of get a bunch of chores and stuff done here, and then I want to try and set a worker with our Crone mower just to see how that goes. See if we can just kind of set it and forget it to go get that grass cut, which maybe we'll try that right now. Let's get this milk dropped in here. Because if that works, then while the grass is being cut, we can kind of finish off doing some of these chores. It'll take a little second to unload. We might as well take some time to unload the bales. So while that John Deere tractor kind of warms up a little bit, even though it's not too cool out, but we'll let let the engine oil flow a bit. Let's get this parked right there. And this guy can just sit off to the side for right now. That's full. But I'm gonna go jump in this Crone mower. And let's unpark this thing. Fire it up. Yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. It's just a must at this point. I wish I would have got this thing sooner. Next time I do a series like this where we got to do a whole bunch of hay, definitely gonna, well, that, let's hook onto that. That's what we want. There we go. Definitely gonna get something like this sooner. For sure. Okay, let's go to the big field and see if this thing will... This should just work for us, no problem. This is essentially what I wanted to do with that big Crone mower. But for some reason, yeah, the Forge Wagon, when I set an AI worker to use that big Crone one with like a rear PTO hitch on it, it won't drop the pickup arm for this trailer. I'm sure you've heard me say that a million times. People are probably annoyed with me hearing me say that. Okay. There we go. Is it gonna work? Looks like it's gonna work. Okay. Let's go do some chores. And we're gonna have to do a bunch of rounds with the slurry here, which is fine. We probably could even use that other trailer, the milk one. I don't know. Let's keep it separate, I think, you know. We don't want to be using the old slurry the old slurry tanker for the milk if we can help it. Okay, these are stacked 3 high. So that means we got to try and get 6 in one pick. No warm-ups. Okay. This is it. This is for all the Benjamins. Is this gonna work? Oh, that little tractor. Okay, I don't think the little tractor's gonna it's gonna do it. Maybe though, if we give her the old lean. You think it's gonna flip this tractor? Oh. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we won't do. Oh, it works when we get lower. We just gotta give her the old lean. Here, go slow. Oh my God. Somehow, some way that just worked. I think if it would get off the forks, now it won't come off the forks. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Well, we won't do six at a time. Not with the silage. The silage is like heavier though. The straw we was it the straw that we did six with? Must have been. Because I don't remember. Did we ever go get hay? No, no. We just went and got straw, I think. We'll see if we can do four. Can we do four? Okay, well, I thought there's like bottom spikes on this thing. I thought they would grab. I thought they would grab those two. We'll just do two at a time. It really won't take that long. We got like a bunch of chores and stuff that we got to do. It'll take a sec for all that grass to get cut as well. Let's just tab over to this. We can go. Ah, we'll just leave that for right now. Where's this guy? Going good. Okay, let's go get some more slurry put in this tanker. Geez, like this is yeah, but this farm is a lot of work to do each month. Like just to get everything set to like sleep through into the next month. Like make sure all the tanks are empty. Like I mean, you don't. I guess you technically wouldn't have to do slurry each month. But I mean, it would just eventually catch up to you, and you would have to go unload like 1 million liters of the slurry. Really, I guess you could only leave it like 2 months if it's doing almost 500,000 liters per month. I bet you that barn only holds 1 million. That's a sketchy. That's a sketchy little load of no. Maybe we can just push that one in. Yeah, that worked okay. That worked out okay. We'll see if we can just scoop this guy real quick here. Not too bad. Not too bad. It'll take some time to do this. Okay, we got kind of a better stack here. Should be able to do these four pretty easily. I think. Methinks. There we go. Not too shabby. Pretty not too bad. Still heavy though for this little tractor. I think this is the only tractor that we can have front attachers on though, right? I don't think that Fendt tractor that we have will do it. So really, we're unloading with this thing, whether we like it or not. We already got enough tractors. We don't need to buy any more tractors. I don't think. I don't really think. Okay, we'll get these two off, and then we'll go take a look and see that slurry tanker is going to be full for sure, and we'll have to pull that over. I don't really know what to do. I gotta figure out what recipe to put in for the silage. Maybe since we bought so much silage, I'll just do the same thing. I'll just try and put like maybe 700, maybe 700,000 liters. I put like 500,000 liters in of grass last time. I'm just gonna pull this over and park it while we talk. I put like 500,000 liters in the grass fermenting silos so that it would turn to silage last month, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do a little bit more. I know we just went and bought a bunch of silage, but I still don't want to have it run out. So, and we had quite a bit of hay. Yeah, this guy's going a little slow. It goes slower when it's trying to when it's like the forage wagon or the forage harvester itself is full of grass and it's not fast enough to put it into the wagon. It'll slowly get faster as it dumps more and more from the forage harvester into that wagon. Okay, and then this one's gonna have to go into production facility number 2, and then we'll just have to split. We'll just have to split the other one. Or maybe we'll just put the other one straight into number 1. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of keep plugging along with chores here, get all this silage and stuff offloaded, and then I'll bring you back once we're kind of getting closer to being done cutting grass, and yeah, we'll finish off on chores. All right, I'm just getting off of our last grass field there. I'm going to drop this trailer right there. I'm just going to park this as it's a little bit easier to kind of maneuver the trailer around with a tractor rather than this unit. I'm going to park this unit back in the shed here. Sorta, kinda. This little shed, I never really upgraded anything with this shed. Like it was different in the beginning. We had kind of like that. It was like a little barn here or whatever. But yeah, never really did anything with this. Probably not gonna either. Let's jump over. Okay, I'm gonna get this dropped into. We'll get this dropped into the production facility, and then we can kind of start messing around with that grass. I got some grass dumped into the one silos. There's about 300 and some thousand liters in the grass silo. Let's hook onto this. This is what I want to do. Wanted to pull this back up over here and drop this off right about there's fine. Okay, let's go grab this trailer. Hopefully this tractor can pull this trailer. I guess we're not going too far. We can limp it on over there. So yeah, I got about 300,000 liters in the grass fermenting silo, so that'll turn into silage. And what I'm thinking is there's about 670,000 liters in here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about 400,000 liters in this grass one. So let's just double check here. So this fermenting silo, yeah, we got 313,000. So I'm going to put about another 90,000 liters in this ish. And then we'll put the rest into the hay, I think. We'll try and kind of split it up. Because it's like a 1-to-1 basically ratio, or 1,000 liters to 1,000 liters ratio. So let's just go through 620, 610. We'll be around 580. Yeah, we'll call that good. 398. Pretty close. Close enough for this farm. And let's spin around and let's dump the rest of this into the hay drying unit. And so we should be good for food, at least for the next couple months. We might have to go buy some more stuff, but that's not really the end of the world. This is just getting fertilized. I got that other one fertilized as well. And I'm going to spin over and get this guy on the last field to be all harvested. And then we got to grab, we'll get like our trailer and stuff parked away. I parked the big rig trailer. We just got to pull like the slurry tanker around back. And then we're going to be cruising on and getting into the next few months. Okay, so let's get this going. Now, I checked as well. Our wheat, we can't sell. The peak wheat is in December. I think we'll probably end up just selling it in October/November with the when we do all the cheese, I think. I'm not too sure. Somewhere in this time will be fine. I'm not going to really, we're not really scraping for the money from the wheat at this point. Let's go in. Yeah, let's go drop this back over kind of in its spot. I pulled the milk around. There shouldn't be any more slurry, but we'll just double check. No, nothing for slurry. Their health's at 100%. No straw in the barn. Yeah, they're not producing any manure. Might have to buy some bales of straw, but that's not that big a deal. We got enough silage in there, and then we got enough hay as well, since this thing's going to be creating a ton of hay. So let's just jump in here. This is still offloading. Crazy amounts of just everything, really. I still haven't went and looked at like how much cheese we've produced or how much cash and stuff that we have sitting. There's nothing. I haven't looked at any of that. So we'll just kind of wait to do that until we go to sell it in October, which I don't think we'll probably get to. this episode, which is fine. Which is fine. We'll do all of that kind of next episode. Um, that being said, I think what we'll probably do, rather than just kind of keep plugging through, it's just going to be chores for these next few months. So I think we'll just end this episode here, to be honest. And what we'll do is we'll kind of save the final cell and all that stuff for our next episode. Our next episode is going to be our last episode of this series. It'll be episode 30, and we will, we'll be starting a new series after this, which is kind of fun, kind of exciting. It is for me at least, anyways, because I've played this map a lot, like a lot. Um, but it's a pretty cool farm we built from where it all started. And I look forward to the next one, which will be like our biggest sale. We've had a barn full of 2,000 head of cattle producing the most milk it's ever. We had to have 4 production facilities going. The most slurry ever, 500,000 liters per month, is crazy. We're probably making like 200-300 grand a month just from the slurry, to be honest. Let's go see if we can. Yeah, like this, like look at this sold products. That's March. Oh, so we went and sold the sour cream there. But yeah, 172, 226, 176, like, and then we just dumped 500,000 in, so it'll be around that 2.25. Crazy stuff. We had to buy this 140 grand, that's from buying bales, I had to buy a bunch of bales, but no worries. No worries at all. So again, thank you so much for everyone who followed along the series. Hopefully you guys come check out the final episode, the finale, and then after that, we'll be putting out the supercut of the last from episodes 20 to 30. So if anyone is just popping in for this episode and you're kind of wondering how everything got to this point, you can go check the supercuts. They're really, really long. They're like 8 to 10 hours long, but they're 10 episode kind of compilations all in one. So you can watch 1 to 10, 11 to 20, and then we will do 21 to 30 once we finish episode 30. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already and you feel so inclined, we're still closing in on that 1,000 sub marker. So anyone that can help us get to that goal would be greatly appreciated. But don't ever feel like you have to. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you're watching this. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye now.